Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome to Let's Roleplay Hard West, a new tactical turn-based RPG set in the American West with some supernatural fusion of elements going on there. For those of you wondering what exactly is a Let's Roleplay series, well, it basically comes from my old tabletop days and those gaming sessions where we didn't want to get super invested in all of the role-playing elements, but we were more interested in our ability to just make up character sheets and roll some dice for an evening. So we're going to be making decisions that kind of make sense for our characters, but not necessarily fully investing in, role-playing voices and all of that sort of stuff. The gameplay choices we make may be things that make more sense for our characters to be making those decisions than necessarily the optimal choices at all times. But all in all, I think it'll be a lot of fun. You're also going to find some links in the description with timestamps for ease of navigation throughout the video, as well as highlighting some of the more story-critical points that might occur. Now, Hard West is a game I have been following for about the last month or so. I've seen some of the developer gameplay videos highlighting mechanics in it, and everything I've seen so far just made me more and more interested in the series. Now, you'll see that I have the option of loading last checkpoint and restarting. I played just a couple of minutes of the game just to make sure that all of the recording went off well, but I'm still very much at 0% completion, as I did not quite make it all the way through the tutorial before restarting and hitting the record button. This time with the intent of sharing it with you guys. So we're going to start off with this kind of interestingly structured campaign menu, where we've got a hard time scenario right at first, and then it sort of branches into different paths that we could take at that point. So let's get started with the first one. Your journey on the Oregon Trail is halted by the harsh realities of the West. You find temporary solace in the gold trade, but bad times are just around the corner. Soon you will be forced to make choices that will shape your destiny forever. Alright, we'll go ahead and restart this. And for this first playthrough, we've got easy, medium, and hard, right? And now, since I'm not 100% sure of all of the game mechanics, I think jumping right into hard might be a little unfairly punishing to me. So medium seems like a decent enough start. I do really like the idea of combat injuries, especially from the role-playing standpoint. Your characters gain debuffs when badly damaged, but over time they grow stronger for the experience. And then Iron Man is actually kind of the inverse of what I think Iron Man mode normally is. When a critical character is killed, you have to restart instead of being able to continue on, but with that character kind of permanently dead. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave that off for the opportunity that maybe not everybody survives every scenario and what that means to us when we start future scenarios. So these are going to be our initial scenario starts. We're going to go ahead and dive right in and find out a little bit about the world of Hard West.
The Old West was a hard place. The only thing in abundance was poverty and firearms. Combine alcohol and hopelessness with greed, envy, lust, and pride, and death is often the result. Crude cabins stood alone in the wilderness, cut off from the outside world. People knew to mind their own business, but isolated, they grew ignorant and superstitious. Some said the devil walked the earth. Said lost souls haunted and possessed the living, pushing them past the edge of sanity. In this harsh and dangerous country, no one had it easy, including your family. You were 6 years old when you traveled the Oregon Trail with your mother and father. Food was scarce, and your father, despite being a fine tracker and a crack shot, failed to find any game. It was as if every animal on the trail was spooked by some evil force. Your old man found a small village and tried to trade equipment for food, but this village was overrun by outlaws. They took your mother and decided to trade you and your father to white slavers. But he managed to break free, told you to hide, and set out to save her.
Okay, I am totally digging the motion comic aesthetic, and as you may already know, am kind of a sucker for that sort of narration. All right, so first of all, we're going to learn whether or not we want to take the tutorial. To help us introduce some of the gameplay elements, we're going to go ahead and do the tutorial. Don't worry though, they promise that it's very short. Hard West is turn-based, and we start. In this mission, your father must rescue your mother, who's been kidnapped by evil men. Okay. You can only move within the range indicated. So it's got a very XCOM aesthetic, right? Where we've got 2 actions on a character per turn. And we could do like a half move or up to a full move, but then we won't be able to do anything after we move. So we'll go ahead and follow the tutorial instructions. We'll move up to this half cover right here. All right, we hunch down. Cover is indicated by shield icons. Always stay in cover. There's half cover and full cover. Full cover provides the best protection. Oh, and there is our first enemy. You have detected an enemy. All characters marked with red shield icons are enemies. The enemy is out of cover, so your shot will be very effective. All right, we're gonna go ahead and choose to shoot and confirm. Lovely, shot him in the back. Most actions require action points. Each character starts combat with 2 APs. Shooting typically uses up all remaining APs. When all of your characters are out of AP, the enemy turn starts. Alright, and this guy runs up, and he takes a shot at us, shaving off a bit of luck. Each character has a certain amount of luck. High luck protects from enemy shots, but when they miss, luck is depleted. Okay, so as you can see down here, we've got both a health bar and a luck bar. We're now at 60 out of 100 luck. So eventually, when our luck runs out, things get a little bit bad for us. When enemies are in cover, we can bypass their protection by flanking them. So if we go ahead and move up to this spot here, do I need to like somehow acknowledge the tutorial note? There we go. All right, I love that the camera like auto seeks around like that just for us. And then we can very easily shoot this guy as well. Now we have a 100% chance of hitting, so he has no hope. Awesome. Remember to reload often. Many weapons reload only a couple of rounds at a time. Very interesting. Reload the active weapon with 2 rounds. Okay. So it takes multiple turns to fully reload our weapon. Now, a very cool mechanic in the game, shadow spotting. In broad daylight, you can look at enemies by their shadows. You can even shoot them if you have an unobstructed line of fire. Some materials, like cloth or foliage, can be shot through. So now, the sun is over here, and it is illuminating this guy's shadow for us, telling us that there is somebody right there. So we're gonna go ahead and take a shot at him. We'll get a 60% chance to hit. Man, right through the tent. Awesome. Well, our luck is getting a little low. All right, you ran out of luck and are bound to be shot. You must take better cover than that little stump. You can use objects in the environment to create more effective cover. So if I run over to here, I can pull this up. Awesome, and now I have full cover behind this wall. Ugh. That didn't save me completely though. The red bar shows your hit points. When you hit, your luck is partially replenished. Now we're back up to 77, okay. You have several abilities at your disposal. Some abilities require luck. We've got fanning here. And of course, fanning allows us to kind of rapid fire by, if you're unfamiliar with that, like a revolver. Instead of pulling the trigger repeatedly, you're using your other hand to just move the hammer back repeatedly. Kind of inaccurate, but can shoot significantly faster. Fires 3 shots with a negative 20% aim penalty. So we get only like a 1/3 chance to hit, but we're gonna shoot 3 shots, so that's not too bad. We only need really one of them to hit. And there we go. That's it for the tutorial. You're on your own now. Okay, so we may have more enemies. If we do, we don't know where they are. We gotta rescue her as our next objective. Let's go ahead and just run up to here.
She was nowhere to be found. He saw the box. What was in it?
Oh no, it's a very Seven moment. What's in the box? What's in the box?
The simple wooden box contained a head. Your mother's head.
Yep.
Afterwards, your father found one of the gunmen still alive. The dying man rambled on about some unholy obligation, about promises made by the devil himself, and the rewards they would find in hell.
Oh, that is the coolest mission complete sound. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and continue here. If only your prospecting was lucky enough, you could get on the Oregon Trail again. Okay.
You and your father were alive, but all your supplies were destroyed. No way you'd make it to Oregon now. Your father decided to stay put and build a life right there. Many years passed, and you grew up. You became a man.
After the fight, so the two of you took over the ruined railroad company buildings and tried your hand at farming. The soil was dry and the land was dangerous. You spent 10 long years scratching out an existence from the dirt. Now you were grown, you figured the two of you should try for Oregon again. It's what Mother would have wanted. Gold. Who would have thought they'd find it here? And just when you needed cash for your journey, time to strike it rich and get out of town before the outlaws and madmen showed up. They always do. Alright. The masked man controlled all the gold mining. His henchmen sold you a license that let you run 9 prospecting operations. Okay. Locations have become available. Neighbor's house, the meadow, the church. Ugly ditch. Alright, so this is the, in between the combat scenarios. So, for those of you who have been keeping track of my Darkest Dungeons series, this is when you're back in the town, minding the manor itself. So, we visit the meadow, the neighbor's house, or we can go mining. And I think, right at first, we've got our 9 mining licenses, so let's go ahead and pop over to the Ugly Ditch. Everyone said there was placer gold down in the ditch, but most of it was buried deep under hard rock. Now, placer gold, for those of you unfamiliar, is gold that's in other sediment. So the kind of stuff that you need to pan for, where you sit out on a river with a pan and sort of sift through it, hoping to find little pieces and flecks of gold that you would just add up over time. You rinse the placer gold, costing you $15. That's really all we've got the money for right now. You collected placer gold deposits by rinsing gravel and sand in a flat metal pan. Prospecting cost us $15, but gained us 31, incoming totaling 16. Okay. Everyone said there was placer gold down in the ditch, but most of it was buried deep under hard rock. Alright, we'll go ahead and just kind of keep it up, collecting deeper gold deposits, rinsing the rocks you excavated with a shovel this time. Ugh. We got more money, but it cost us so much more, it really only netted an extra 2. And then that only leaves us with 53, so I think we're going to end up abandoning this. This isn't lit up, so you considered using unconventional extraction methods? Yeah, they're effective, but expensive. We'd first need to obtain or rent the proper tools. Go ahead and leave. Now, one thing I'm already noticing, and maybe you are too, so let me explain something really quick here. I am a native Oklahoman. and born and raised here. Now, most of you might have some concept of what the Oklahoma accent sounds like, and might not think that I sound like that. It has a lot to do with a lifetime spent traveling. I've been to a lot of other states. I've been to a lot of other countries, and it kind of flattens your accent, right? We live in an internet age where you could be exposed to lots of different people. But playing this game, hearing the narrator's voice, especially in my head, is kind of causing me to slip back into an accent that I haven't really had since I was probably like 10 or 11. So if that does occur, please forgive me. I may embrace it a little bit, as I definitely think that it fits the mood. And how often does your Oklahoma twang fit the mood of the video game you're playing? So I might as well take advantage of it when it comes. All right, in the tranquil meadow, you noticed a young native woman with a basket, picking flowers and carefully selecting herbs. Initially startled by your arrival, she then offered you healing herbs for sale. Okay, we could buy them for 35. That's almost all of our money, though. We could inspect the basket, but then seek out the herbs ourselves, or just leave. You know what, let's go ahead and seek out the herbs after inspecting her basket. Observant and lucky, you picked the correct herbs. Awesome, and we received 3 dried healing herbs. Ooh, but we used up a little bit of our own luck. Okay. Well, that is interesting that we can actually be spending luck out here in sort of the strategic view. All right, and all there's really left to do is pop over to the neighbor's house. It looked like the nearby farmhouse was inhabited. You paid them a visit, and they turned out to be kind people. You exchanged pleasantries and the customary promises to help one another. More importantly, you met Florence, their beautiful, kind-hearted daughter. All you exchanged were a few glances, but you found yourself smitten. Not interested in prospecting themselves, the neighbors tipped you off about a couple of promising spots. Awesome. Well, now we have...
When you first laid eyes on Florence, she was all you could think about. It wasn't just desire that she inspired in you. It was the way she saw the best in you, the way she made you feel.
Aww, that's so heartwarming. Alright, so we've got a number of other prospecting spots to take out. Collapse Mine, Damp Mine, Forge Shaft. Let's go ahead and just pop over to Forge Shaft, see what there is to be seen here. Alright, the shaft had been thoroughly explored in the hard rock depth, but not much apart from that. Rinse placer gold, excavate deeper gold. Let's go ahead and jump straight to the deeper gold. You collected the deeper gold deposits, rinsing the rocks you excavated with a shovel. Awesome. And we basically doubled our money right there. Not quite enough to do the 100 yet, though. So, did that gain 5 from doing this? Probably, right? Let's just do a little rinsing of some of the easier placer gold. We're rinsing gravel and sand in a flat metal pan. Gain 16. That'll put us over. So we should be able to then spend 100 to mine the hard rock gold. You collected the hard rock gold deposits by smashing the quartz stones with a pickaxe. Well, I only really got a 6. Not exactly the best use of our time there. Inevitably, news about the gold spread. Overnight, several nearby homesteads and settlements were raided. Uh-oh. Father worried you wouldn't make it on your own. He figured you'd need protection. You disagreed, but went along with his decision. For the last time. Alright, so it looks like our decision has been made for us, as Father would like us to go ask the local crime lord for protection. Nothing bad could happen from that. We'll pop over to the Mexican town then. Alright. The deal. The Mexican said he'd help if you split your gold money with him. He left you a bunch of guns, some empty blessings, and a promise to send a vaquero to help out. Characters joined the posse. Cheech. We've also gained some guns. Repeater rifle unlocked at Fate's Trader. Interesting. And then we received a Navy gun and a repeater rifle. Okay. Oh, and there is now a fight at the homestead. Can we go ahead and deplete our other 4? Let's see if I can I use my other licenses first? I think I can. You'd heard about this place, a rich mine that collapsed years ago on top of a bunch of miners, burying them alive. Their wives and children still decorate the entrance with flowers. It looked like you could squeeze in, maybe get some of the gold they found. It might not have been the smartest thing to do, but you got in. As you reached the first opening, you found a skeleton with its legs crushed under a boulder. You wonder if he bled out before he died of thirst. His shirt, though stained, was still intact and of very good quality. You decided to go even deeper. The next caravan was cramped and full of stale air. You found a little gold, but not much else. You received some sturdy shoes. You moved onwards, wondering how far it was to the bottom. Wounded and weary, you eventually reached the end of the farthest tunnel. And there inside, a massive stash of gold. The air must have poisoned you, because as you went to pick it up, you hallucinated a tall man in a suit, smiling and smoking. As you turned to leave, he said, "Just so we're clear, that's mine, but you can borrow it a while." It was all too much. You headed back to the surface. As you inched your way back to the sunlight, you heard a low rumbling all around you. You hurried, hands trembling, heavy drops of sweat rolling down your face. You had just emerged, blinking into the sunlight, when the mine collapsed behind you. Wow. We gained a ton of money, and that didn't use up like any of our prospecting licenses. That was the best thing ever. Okay. So yeah, I do think I'm going to go ahead and try to use these last 4 licenses before moving on, though. Prospectors, led by Alexander Kane, have been collecting gold using rinsing pans. Kane had vast knowledge of placer gold retrieving techniques. We could learn the simple techniques, the advanced techniques, or the master techniques in order to get 25, 50, or 75% bonus. So... with so few of our... like, would we make back? I can't see us doing that, right? Like, I think it would increase our tools here, but with only 4 more licenses to go, like, I don't necessarily think that's the greatest choice. Pop over to the trade outpost. The proprietor was eager to exchange goods with you. You got the bartering. Oh, nice. Okay, so here is our shop inventory screen. Now, we did pick up a couple of things in some of our exploration there. First of all, the crime lord gave us a Navy gun, similar to a regular revolver, but with bigger slugs and lower capacity. But I do like, oh man, is it like the 1881 Navy revolver? Isn't that the super classic cowboy gun where it like breaks at the top of the barrel right there and folds down for you to reload? Yeah. Okay. A repeater rifle. We got some sturdy shoes, which increase movement. A blood-stained shirt, almost new, just stained with blood a little here and there, but it protects from crippling injuries. And a relic. Priceless relics have a soothing effect on all witnessing their mindless destruction. Grants healing over time to allies in radius. Oh my god, that's like amazing. And this guy sells... he's got 200 cash so that we can sell to him. Tobacco, which improves aim. Dried healing herbs. Sturdy shoes. Oh, a 10 gauge double barrel. A doubly popular hunting weapon. Cone shot, aim 5. Damage 5, heat 2. Damage versus half cover, damage versus full cover. Range close, damage 5, ammunition 2. I mean, shotguns are totally cool. Only 50 gold, that's really not that bad. I'm going to go ahead and purchase a shotgun, and then I've got my own cash Confirm. Everything else I think would be fine to just... Yeah. Go ahead and confirm there. Okay. Pretty cool trading outpost. Oh, and I just noticed there is another over here. The crossroads. Oh, man. No, there's several things over here. In addition to the crossroads, we also had the church. Okay. Maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves, though. Let's stick to what we know. I'm going to go ahead and pop over into the damp mine. Maybe. There we go. The mine looked like its hard rock depths were still untouched. There was probably gold down there. You know what? We're going to go ahead and just skip straight to it. You mined the hard rock, costing you 100 gold. You collected the hard rock gold deposits by smashing quartz stones with a pickaxe. Nice. And then I guess let's just do this one in reverse order. Took 40. Yeah, income of 2. Oh man, the Mexican crime lord raised your tax rates to 25. That's no good. Silly Mexican crime lord. Is he gonna do it every time? Collected paste of gold by rinsing gravel. Oh, he is! No! We've made a deal with the devil. Although not literally in this game. Just a crime lord this time. Alright, let's go ahead and head over to the homestead. Your family homestead. The bandits were coming. It was the hour of reckoning. Took up defensive positions. Alright, and here is our loadout screen. We've got 3 characters right now. Our father, us, and the Vaquero, Cheech. We've got 2 slots for weapons. Alright, so Cheech is already holding a sawed-off shotgun and a repeater. Father has only got a 6-shooter. I have only got a 6-shooter. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and grab the shotgun and then give Father the repeater rifle. And then the Navy gun is also probably better than just the standard 6-shooter. Alright, and then I can go ahead and equip with other stuff too, like boots for extra movement. I really want boots for extra movement. Can I put protects from crippling injuries? Maybe I'll keep that. Maybe give Father the sturdy shoes. Okay, and then healing herbs grants healing over time. 8, 5. I'll give Father these. Why not? And HP and a radius to allies. He can hold the relic as well. We do have some... Oh, I see. So we had 3... It wasn't like 3 uses, 1 in 1 slot. We had 3 of them, and you get 1. We'll go ahead and give the other one to Cheech. Why not? I'm not super outfitting him, but it should be okay. Go ahead then and open card screen. Now, kind of an interesting mechanic. You might be able to equate it with sort of the trinkets that are going on in Darkest Dungeon. But we've got 9 through Ace plus Jokers, and we have started with the Black Joker. No ability on its own, but Jokers serve as wild cards for making better hands. Plus 5 aim, plus 2 movement, plus 4 sight. That's pretty decent. It's like straight plus 5 aim. And gives us an activated ability to ricochet. Bounce bullets off 1 or more ricochet objects. Tell you what, that's going to go to Father. And then I'm going to take the Joker card for myself. And that'll do it. We can build hands through this. Not quite yet, as our characters have a couple of locked things, even if we had enough cards for it. But, you know, putting together like a full house or a straight or 3 of a kind, whatever, you start to gain like some additional bonuses just for having that, which I think is a really cool addition for an old Western. All right, we'll go ahead and close and proceed to combat. we'll find out what this fight has to offer for us. You are well armed and prepared to defend your home from the bad men. Alright, if Cheech dies, it'll cost us $200. We probably don't want that to happen. Okay, let me get a quick idea of what is going on. So that's Cheech over here with his bright red shirt. That's Father. And then that's Warren, and me. Okay. So what do I want to do here? I assume the enemies are coming to attack the homestead from out here. Do I want to get outside? Or do I just fight them from where I am? I mean, we have decent placement. Although being a little aggressive might prevent them from getting cover themselves. Like, all that's really out here is half cover. I also did pick up Ricochet, and it looks like there's a Ricochet spot right there. Okay. So I can deal with that. We can put him here. Let's see what Cheech could do. I can bring him up right next to him. Any other full cover anywhere? Not really. Not facing the right direction anyway. But tell you what, we'll get Cheech right alongside him. And what I'm hoping to do here is basically cut these guys off that I'm assuming are spawning in, like that have not shown up yet, or they're just outside of my view. They'll have to come into some pretty poor cover, whereas if we'd stayed in the house, they could have gotten up quite a bit closer. And then for myself, I'm gonna pop out to like right here. I'm thinking like some flanking stuff around the corner here might come in handy later. Okay, that's pretty much gonna do it for this turn. Backspace is the end turn button, good to know. Alright, the first one runs in, takes a shot, shaving off a little bit of luck from our mercenary friend. Alright, there's a little ways away to be using a shotgun against us. Yeah. Alright, I think this is a good decision. This has kind of ensured they're all just out in the open. If we were... okay. If we were back farther, I feel like... double okay. I feel like we wouldn't really have great shots to take at them this turn, and then next turn they might be able to take cover against us. The shotgun doesn't really make a ton of sense here. So let's go ahead and switch weapon. And then shoot at... oh, okay. He is the big bad, right? He's got 8 HP. We've got 3 there, 3 there, and the one farther out is also 3. Okay. 65, 73. I'm going to take the 73. Lovely. Bandit was killed. And then the same thing here. If I shoot, I've got a 100% chance for 4 damage. Well, that seems mighty obvious. All right, we'll go ahead and confirm that then. And easily take him down. All right, and then we've got an interesting conundrum. Now, if I switch, can the 12 gauge, can I like blow through both of these guys? If I cone shot? I wonder. Let's give this a try. 10 gauge shotgun. Oh, sweet. And they both go down. Okay. I wasn't sure if it would get penetration or like be blocked by the first guy. Ugh. Alright, a little bit of damage. Not the worst thing in the world. And Father actually has that whole healing relic thing going on. So I guess this is an activated ability in order to heal people around him. That makes sense. Okay, are you guys close enough together that I can shotgun you? I imagine with the sawed-off shotgun, his cone is going to be much wider. Indeed it is. Let's give this a try. So we'll cone shot like so. Shaved off their luck. That's not exactly what I needed. Alright then. Fanning? I can't target the other guy. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's cancel that then. Ricochet. Can I... No. Half cover. This is how ricocheting works, though. Like, there's a bucket here, and so I could take a shot elsewhere. Actually, can I use it to negate the cover of that guy? I think I might be able to. Yeah, I get like a 100% chance to hit. Oh, that's pretty sweet. It does use up 20 luck for me to be doing that, though. Which probably makes sense, considering how crazy of a shot it is. I'm not really in a position where I could get up there. There's no real even half cover. Oh, there's here. You know what? I'm gonna move to like the edge of the building. I can see then. If I was to just shoot 29%. What if I switch guns? 37. What if I fan? Nope, not happening. Okay. We'll take a shot. Not a great chance, but still got the job done. Alright. And then the enemy runs out to flank us a little bit more. Okay, but he did not shoot at us. Might have needed to reload. That would have made sense. So, I am going... Oh, okay. So he gets like a... Maybe like an area of attack kind of thing. Like attack of opportunity D&D style. Not really sure. I'm going to go ahead and move to flank him, though. And then... So does fanning take both of my actions? I'm not sure. Yeah, it does. Okay, so that's how that would work. And from close range, that does 4. That also does 4. There's really no reason for me to use the rifle if I'm going to get a 100% hit chance from my pistol. Let's just go ahead and do this. Nice. He's down to only 2 health left. So, just in case, like, experience is a thing. I'm not entirely sure how experience is awarded, but I'm going to try for the final blow to be coming from one of my own characters, as Mr. Vaquero there might just be a temporary addition. Of course, it doesn't happen, and I need to do it with him anyway. I'll go ahead and run him up to, like, right here. Again, with the flank. Oh, okay. Guess I got inside that attack of opportunity area. I thought I was just at the edge of it. Clearly, I was wrong. However, it doesn't matter. Point blank with a shotgun, predictably, does not end well for him. Okay. And another mission complete. If only your prospecting was lucky enough, you could get on the Oregon Trail again. Yep. After the shootout, though you survived the attack, Father was worried. He said you should build an underground escape tunnel in case of another attack. But he also wanted you to call the shots. You know, I don't... What? No. We'll shoot our way out if we need to. It's too expensive. When you declined, you never mentioned it again. But you had other things on your mind. The bandits were attacking elsewhere. You ran to make sure Florence was safe. Oh no, Florence! Florence! Florence's parents didn't survive the raid. You found her among the dead, weeping. She followed you home and never left. She never spoke of it, but brought fresh flowers to their house in their memory every week. Oh man. While you were gone, your father had a visitor, a well-dressed gentleman with a peculiar accent who seemed to appear out of nowhere. His magnificent cologne almost concealed his curious sulfur aroma. Could he be? No, that was madness. The gentleman was quite persuasive, convincing father to spend most of his cash on a lucky amulet. He was fed up with struggling, running scared from bandits, crime lords, and the weather. He wanted the prospecting business to take off and fast. Still, though, father seemed loath to discuss the matter. He downplayed the power of the trinket, insisting it probably wouldn't work. Still, things improved. Father swiftly found new digging sites and extraction was efficient. Soon he was able to buy a better mining license. Alright, and father is now affected by amulet power. Warren is now affected by amulet power. Flo is now affected by amulet power. And we've got a bunch of new locations. And 22 new mining licenses. Go us. Okay, so we've got a ton of gold licenses now to run through, build up some extra cash. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here, though. I do hope you guys enjoyed it, especially on this first episode. It's even more important to leave any comments or feedback, anything you liked, didn't like about the episode. I would love to know, because we can change it early, and or maybe tell you tough luck, and that's just how it's going to be. But we'll see. If you did enjoy this, feel free to subscribe for more videos on my channel every single day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes, and I will catch you guys next time.